Hi guys, welcome back to Dimitra's Dishes. So today I'm going to teach you how to make my version, the Greek version of chicken piccata. It's delicious. I make it with an Avgolemono sauce, which is an egg lemon sauce. It's a common sauce used in Greek dishes, which is really simple to make. Takes it up to the next level, gives it a more creamy sort of consistent sauce. And if you want to know how to make the traditional version, which is really simple to make, let me know in the comment section down below and I'll do a separate video on that. Let me take you over the ingredients, and then we're going to begin. After we go over the ingredients, I'm going to teach you how I thin out the chicken cutlet. But of course you're going to need 2 chicken cutlets. I already sliced one in half and I have one over here. We need salt, pepper, olive oil. I have some homemade chicken stock in this bowl, just about a cup. I have some cumin powder, some freshly squeezed lemon juice. We're going to need a little bit of flour, fresh parsley, 2 egg yolks, some capers that I've rinsed. They're very briny, so I like to rinse them just to get rid of that extra saltiness and that bite that they have. And then I have some Kalamata olives, some peeled garlic, some tomato, 1 tomato, and a crushed red pepper flakes. So it's really easy to really thin out a chicken cutlet yourself. You can buy them ready-made at the butcher or the supermarket, but they're considerably more, they're definitely more expensive than if you would do it yourself. In my supermarket, they're actually $1 or $2 per pound more, so it just takes a second. Really all you do is you want to take a sharp knife and just carefully slice it down the center in half until you have 2 pieces, and then we're just going to pound them out with a mallet and some plastic wrap, and I'll show you how I do that. So just take a big piece of plastic wrap and put it on your work surface. Take 1 piece of the chicken and just fold over the plastic wrap. That way everything is protected. Use the smooth side of the mallet, and we're just going to pound it out until it's about 1/4 inch in thickness. And that's it. Because when it's nice and thin, it just cooks faster. I'm going to continue thinning out the rest of my chicken cutlets, and then we're going to get started, and this recipe moves really quickly. Alright, so once they're pounded out, I'm just going to use 2 for this recipe, and I'm going to make the rest later on. So you season it generously with salt, pepper, a little bit of cumin powder, and if you want, some crushed red pepper flakes. And then afterwards, we're just going to dredge them with flour. So the thing about chicken is doesn't have flavor on its own, so it needs all the help it can get. So you want to season it really properly on both sides. And when you're using flour, you don't want to fill the plate up with flour and then waste all of it by throwing it out. So you can just put some, dust some flour like this on top on each side. And really that's all you need. And we'll do the same thing with the other side. About 2-3 tablespoons of flour is really all you need. Just keep flipping it around, just kind of dusting off a little bit of the excess. And now we're ready to cook these in our pan. So you need, in a really hot pan, you want to put a couple tablespoons of olive oil. You want to make sure it's really, really nice and hot. And you definitely don't want to crowd the pan, so we will start with 1 chicken at a time. So that way the temperature doesn't drop. And we're just going to cook each chicken. We're going to cook each chicken for between 2 to 3 minutes on each side. You'll know when it's ready when the chicken starts to get golden all around the edges and it begins to look opaque. Now once it starts sizzling like this, then you know that you can go ahead and add the other chicken breast in as well. If you have an even bigger pan, that's even better. So you definitely don't want to put more chicken than this in this pan. We're going to cook each side for about 2 to 3 minutes until it's golden brown and completely cooked through. Do not overcook it, because when you overcook chicken breast, it becomes really dry. So once it gets really golden all around the edges and opaque looking, and the back side is pretty golden too, flip it around and cook it for another 2 to 3 minutes, and then transfer it to a clean plate. Alright, so I took my chicken out because it's completely cooked, and I did drain some of the excess olive oil, and I just left just a tiny coating on the bottom of the pan. What I'm going to do right now is just mince this garlic. Since it's a big, huge clove, I'm just going to use 1. If it was small, I would go ahead and use 2. And then since this is so finely minced, it's just going to really heat through. We're not looking for color because then it'll just burn. Just a few rounds with the spatula are enough. Then we're just going to add our chicken stock in here just to deglaze the pan. And we're gonna let this cook a little bit just until it boils. So in the meantime, I'm gonna add my 2 egg yolks to my bowl with about a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. So I'm just gonna mix my egg yolks with my lemon juice. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna wait for this to reduce just a tiny bit. In my other pot here, I have some pasta boiling and it's almost ready. And then we're just gonna bring up the temperature of the egg yolks and the lemon juice so that way they don't curdle when they go back into this pan, because this is what's gonna make that beautiful, creamy, delicious sauce. Now we're gonna add our capers to the pan. Give it a nice mix, just like so. And we're gonna add our lemon juice and our egg mixture. And then I'm just gonna keep whisking it, and it's gonna thicken pretty quickly. So whisk it around until it thickens. Then we're gonna taste the salt, chop up some parsley, finely chop the olives and the tomatoes, and then we're gonna put it all together. Now our sauce is nice and it's beginning to thicken. What I'm gonna do now is just add our chicken to the pan so it could absorb some of the flavor. And then I'm gonna turn it off the heat while I chop up the rest of my vegetables, and then it'll be completely ready. So now you can just plate this with some spaghetti. I boiled some spaghetti and I just drizzled some olive oil and salt and pepper over it. I feel like spaghetti goes really nice with this, but you can keep it really nice and light and serve it with a nice baguette. Let's put some black pepper on it. And then we can take one of these beautiful chicken cutlets that are perfectly cooked and juicy with this delicious Avgolemono sauce. So flavorful. We'll also put some on the pasta with the delicious capers. And then we're just gonna top it off with some parsley, some olives, and some sliced tomatoes. And I think for my liking, I really like a little bit more of the sauce. The sauce is just perfection. It's light, it's creamy, it's lemony. It is everything you want it to be. It's totally delicious. You can add some sauteed mushrooms in here if you wanted to too. Make it your own, add whatever you want to it. I'm gonna bite into this, you guys. I cannot wait. I think it just needs to cool down just a tiny bit more. The recipe will be on the website, www.dimitrasdishes.com. Check it out, let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought about this in the comment section down below. Also, let me know if you wanted to learn the traditional chicken piccata recipe. Post it in the comments section down below again. Share pictures with me on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I love to see your recreations of these dishes, and I also love to hear how you made it your own by making it different, by adding your favorite ingredients in this. Thank you for spending time with me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.